Hello and welcome to Perivers Fiskeflur. Today we're going to tie a Surfcandy with Bucktail and some Lateral flash line. It's going to look about like this, but in this color, olive and white. Okay, let's start tying. I'll start off with putting a hook in the vise. This is size 1 hook. Approximately about size 2, size 3 maybe. It's off-brand hook. And what I'm gonna do now is gonna use my tying thread. This is a 0.1 mono. Snip it off and get my glasses on. And I start with putting on the white. The white is gonna be on the bottom. Looks like this. I take some strands from the side where this has the right length. I don't use so much because I don't want it to be too bulky. Sorry about that, I haven't got a bit cold. Like this. And what I'm going to do now, I tie it on the upside of the hook and I just push it down to the underside, because this hook is slick and the thread is also slick, so it's very easy for me to just push it down on the underside like this. I try to divide the hairs on each side of the hook like this. I'm securing wraps to make it stay there, and I take now the olive one. It's gonna be on top. Take out the piece, some strands there, snip it off. As I said, I don't like it to be too bulky, and I make sure that this extends a little back from the white. I want the top part to be a little longer. Put it on top like this, and so sorry about the cold. Well, now we have this one, and I want some lateral line. I use this lateral flash. Put it on so it extends the hairs a little bit. Tie it to the side and double it over so it stays there. Snip off this piece. I use the rest on the other side. Do the same there. Make it extend a little over here. Go down and wind it over itself like this. And snip it off. Like that. Okay, I want some gills and some orange on the bottom of this fly. I got these 2 pieces of yarn. I start with the orange first. It's like a bit yellow orange. This is very nice yarn. You can just take a piece of it and just drag off what you might like and have on this fly. I can just make a little belly on this. Just snip off the waist and make it so it's not looks like it's cut by a scissor. Put that on the bottom, and now I cut this off. And I take the red yarn like this and put it on top of the orange. Snip it off. I don't want this to be as long as the orange, just a piece of it like that. Tie down, snip it off. So can just push all it out if it extends a little into the hook eye. Now it's time for the easy body tubing. I prepared a one. This is it's gonna extend a little backwards like this. To accomplish this, I'm gonna have to tie off my thread and use my whip finish like this. Snip it off. So put the thread aside, push this easy body tubing over itself, like that, so it's a bit on the back side of the hook eye. And now you take your tying thread again and some loose wrappings, tighten up like this, make it tie itself down like this, and you can now just tie down a little bit. Now it's time for the eyes. I use those flat stick-on eyes. It's about 5 millimeter, I think, approximately. And I take some dubbing needle and just peel it off like that. Oh, that one flew away. I take another one like this and just push it down to the side on my side of this fly. Take the other side, do the same thing there, over to the other side. And now I'm gonna show you a trick to make those eyes stay there before I glue it on. I just tie over this with a tying thread. The tying thread is gonna become invisible when I cover it with glue. And now I make some whip finish with my hands, because I find that easier sometimes. And like that. It stays there now. Snip it off. So now it's time to put on the glue. I use this Gorilla Glue. You can use Solaris UV resin, but I'm sad to say that I am allergic to it, so I cannot use it. But I found this substitute. It's very good. You have to have a drying wheel though, but I have that, so well, why don't start with putting on this glue. Put the cap off and squeeze out a little bit of glue like this, and use your bodkin to distribute it. As you will see now, you will now see that this and the things that's on the underside, it becomes more and more invisible, and this easy body tubing will make your fly even, your fly head even as it can be. If you have your UV resin, you have more control, but I'm try to distribute this as good as I can do. But I see now I have to put on some more, a little bit, but not so much that you can't control the dripping. I think that's enough. See now, it's looking very nice already. And when this stuff dries out, it's gonna be completely clear, and there's a bit of flexibility in this, so it's very solid, very solid. You have to try to distribute the glue all over the head of this fly, and try to avoid some air bubbles. Once they're there, it's nearly impossible to get rid of them. See now, maybe should take some very little, like this. When this comes too much, you notice it. You can't stop the dripping, but you have to take it in some more times. Put on some more times. When I put this on the drying wheel, I just start the drying wheel now, and I'm gonna continue this drying process after I finish this video. But there you have it, folks, the finished Surfcandy made of bucktail, easy body tubing, mono thread, flat stick on ice, red and orange gills, and some lateral lines down to the back of this fly. And I assure you, this fly, it works very well in saltwater. I'm gonna use this after sea trout and also bonito that's in our waters right now. I'm very excited to try it. I tried this Surfcandy before and then had caught a lot of fish on it. Sea trout, mackerel, pollock, a lot of sea species. So that was all I had for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I just have to say, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. You will always get the latest videos from me. So I say good night to you guys, and tight lines, and bye bye.